European Championships, all organised by the Scotland high end, Austria at the home end, crowd behind them.
Okay, so here we go, the European Championship final of Dodgeball 2017. It's the mixed competition, Austria versus England. And we are off to an absolute flyer in this 5-ball competition.
That's right.
Austria that have started they're on the front foot here, and England pushed to the baseline.
A little bit, I think we're going to see that from Austria. They have a slightly more active play style, and I think that England could be initially dismissed for being a little more static. I wouldn't take that for granted, however. England have a tactic for every situation, and I think that that's where you're going to get the difference between practice situations and the fluidity that Austria can bring. See England in those set pieces, managing to tip. They got a hit on Decker earlier. Rasinger is out, with Austria only scoring a hit on Brett Koenig, there, number 9.
It's a rocket arm on the right-hand side from 7, but it goes flying up the back netting. If you are new to Dodgeball, it's 2 15-minute halves, and in the 15-minute halves, there's 3-minute matches. So if you manage to knock the opposition out, then you get 2 points for your team. Obviously, it's the team that wins the most points that wins the game. A little bit flirting here. Bit of a Mexican standoff, actually. Nothing really happening.
Now, this is a classic situation in Dodgeball. You're seeing the teams are trying to...
This is a classic situation in Dodgeball. You're seeing the teams are trying to...
It's big at the back. It's a hit on Kremser. You know, these England teams, they're going to be trying to get a situation that they're used to flowing. So you see we have these 5 balls on court. A team with the majority of balls will eventually be called by the referees to play ball. They have to make a play, make an attack. Now, teams have realized, since we've adopted these 5-ball rules, that actually it's better to be responding to that initial attack. So you see England now, 2 balls coming forward, and it's just Kategorie Weber on her own. She has to make the play with that majority of the balls.
She's got 3 on her. The Austrians charges forward. There's obviously all 5 back. It's pretty routine stuff. Austria really in need of a catch here to try and get one of her teammates back in.
Now Harrison spikes into the ground. It's an invalid throw.
Back in.
Now Harrison spikes into the ground.
Throw.
He has to go for that, surely.
He does. Dismissed by head referee Danny Eggleton.
Weber intimidated down here, the Austrian number 9. Obviously, the mixed format's pretty tough.
It certainly is. I think in times gone by, it certainly has been a little tougher. We've typically seen the men's throws being a lot faster than the women's, but we've reduced the ball size now. Everyone is playing with these 7-inch diameter balls. Women have been training with them for a lot longer. They're able to get the grip behind, and that throw power has basically leveled itself out quite well. Now Weber low underneath once again. She's holding her own at the back of court. She's trying to draw out that England attack. Now Helms trying to draw.
It's unfortunate for Austria's.
That's good play from England.
England will be very, very happy with the way that they've started. They're off again.
That's it, that 3rd ball piked back. A quick start, Harrison to Josiah. Josiah getting rid of it very quickly. Like saying before, they want this 2-ball, but they'll more than happily take a 3-ball offensive. Targeting Lucas Decker in the middle. Andy Koch up on Norden. Josiah.
There's also a catch in there.
That's it.
But unfortunately, he's also been hit. So if you do catch the ball, and then you get hit straight away afterwards, your teammate does come back in, but then you have to leave the arena. So marching orders.
Now in this case, it looks like Josiah was hit before the catch was made, so nothing for it. And there, not quite the ricochet catch, but a defensive block on the England right-hand side. Block into the teammate. Now the ball does not go dead until it touches the ground. So blocking into a teammate is a disappointing moment for England.
Okay, there's a little bit of calm here as England collect 3 balls, charge down the court, all going for number 71, but he managed to get out of the way. He gets a block as well and then fires his right arm. You'll see quite often that the teams will be communicating, won't they, Jake? Picking their target, sometimes secretly, sometimes quietly, sometimes they'll be shouting the number that they're going after quite loudly.
They certainly will.
No choice here, though.
Well, no. The speed of 5-ball means that there's not a lot to be had for secrecy in the calls, but Austria taking that second set, they're 2 points, that's back to level.
So Austria, much better performance in the second, they bring it back to 2-2. We're off again in the third game. Austria attacking, they're in the neutral zone. The neutral zone is 1.5 meters, and anybody is allowed in that one. Am I correct, Jake?
You certainly are, Louis. It's a big zone, slightly extended from previous rules that included this neutral zone idea. Big hit on Brett Koenig.
Yeah,
Lupe Decker.
Battered in the chest, falling backwards all the time. Austria sort of growing in stature through this one a little bit early on. They're starting to play with a little bit more swagger and a little bit more confidence, that's for sure. There's a little bit of flirting going on, going up and down by the sideline from England, but now there's an attack coming from Austria. Maybe there's going to be a counter hit from England. There definitely is a running counter, and that's a huge hit off the legs of the Austrian at the bottom right of your screen. Off you go, marching orders, get out of the court. Exciting stuff here from Glasgow, and it's only just beginning. There's a long way to go left in this one, that's for sure.
So England looking like they have a significant advantage. There was a catch at the back from Josiah. She did have to go out for a hit shortly afterwards, but the running counter from Harrison decimating those Austrian ranks. Now there is only Nicole Kremser left in for Austria in this third set. 4 balls, 3 in the delayed one from Harrison, all finding the mark on Kremser.
Ow. Kremser, I think, took one to the shoulder, took one to the knee, one to the face. Almost, there she goes, straight back to the floor. Difficult position to be in, being the only person left in. But the facts are, England are leading 4-2 as we start the fourth.
So a false start there from Austria, being punished. That central contested ball going to the England side. As a result, they're able to defend against all, and they can get 5 balls from the very start. They scored 2 big hits this time on Weber and Lupe Decker.
It's an absolute onslaught, isn't it, when you false started and the other team managed to claim all 5 balls. The attack is just phenomenal from England, and really this should be their game as well now. They're 6-3. Austria have 3 of the balls. Well, England tried to counter from the right-hand side, but they miss.
It's a strong shot down the centre, taking out Lauren Hems. Kremser initially suppressed by Brett Koenig on the right for England, but those other 2 players more than happy to throw through. Good trust on the Austrian side.
Running counter, straight at the legs, out you go, Austrian 10. It's a little bit unfortunate for you.
There's Leitzinger, his brother also in the mixed squad. There's Leitzinger, his brother also in the mixed squad. Just leaving now, Leitzinger for Austria, familiar in this match so far, down to 1 player, England looking to control. They've garnered possession of 3 balls.
Being the only one left must be so intimidating, but she does so well. She jumps, she almost levitates above the ball, lets it go underneath her, Matrix style, and then Leitzinger gets the ball back, and this time she blocks it, and it is the whip of a right arm that goes after England. But unfortunately, we're at a bit of a stalemate just for a second, but England's still the firm favourites to go even further in charge of this one.
You'd certainly back them at this stage in the game now. Leitzinger is trying to get Get rid of these balls. She wants England to have majority possession so she can respond. And there's a catch on the back.
Get rid of these balls. She wants England to have majority possession so she can respond. And there's a catch on the back
line, bringing in Lucas Decker. Decker with 1 ball, 2 and 3. He has to make the play. He's got Alex Harrison in his lane. Harrison quick on him. Koenig on the right.
Got to make one now, the Austrian. Picks the ball up in the neutral zone after what was a phenomenal catch from a teammate, applauded by the English. Oh, and there's one.
It's a shot on Liv Morris. He's got to be off quickly, arms up in the air.
Yeah, Morris goes, and Austria still have 4 balls here. That puts them in a much stronger position than just a second ago, but the block's strong from England. And now remember, they still have 3, but Austria have 3 balls down here, so you'd imagine that they're going to have another couple of goes at Higgs. Here's the running counter. There you go, off the legs.
That's it, Decker struck. He did have an advantageous position with 4 balls. England only 1 because they seem very reluctant to counter. Then that one-on-one situation, the catch could very much be on in Decker's favour. Now when they had the 2 balls, much more confident to use those 2 balls in a counter-attack. Once again, quick off the start, and is it a ricochet?
Balls in a counter-attack. Once again, quick off the start, and is it a ricochet?
It is a ricochet hit, losing both Bohm and Kremser. Said before, those balls do not go dead until they touch the floor. Any player hit as a ball travels towards the ground is part of the chain.
Oh, that's an absolute whip of an arm.
He's done very well to block it.
Yeah, done very well to get hands in front of it. Nowadays, if it does hit your hand and you're holding onto a ball, it counts as a block, where in previous years that would have counted as a dismissal. You would have been out. England still, they're well in charge here. They're 4 up as we approach the last, we're inside the last 5 minutes now.
Good strike from the back left from Decker on Harrison. Harrison caught out with a big follow-through. He's gone low, but Decker just having a little moment of clarity. Clear shot.
In the context of the game, Austria will want to win this one badly. They can't be approaching half-time 6 points down. 2 would be a much, obviously, a much more minimal difference, but if they go 6 points down at half-time, it's a long way back for this bronze medal. Sorry, for this gold medal.
Is now a bit of a trade. Decker for Charlotte Josiah, 1 for 1. Typically, you'd be happy with that situation. You're going out, but you've taken someone with you. You've kind of done your job. But at this stage in the competition, I think any player is going to want to be dismissed.
Kremser at the bottom left could be the target here. Definitely is a target from 4, but she avoids all 4.
Now it's a line fault. There is a line fault at least.
Yeah, when the player disappears the wrong side of the baseline, you're out. Get out of the court. 3v1, game over. So England lead here 8-2. There's 3 minutes 30 left on the clock, and it's one-way traffic at the minute, Jake.
Certainly is, Louis. It's